Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and break down a really simple concept that you can apply to either losing weight or building lean muscle mass. You're gonna hear a lot of experts, a lot of gurus. I mean, there's tons of them on the internet now, and you can be overwhelmed and flooded with information, and it could leave you confused because they might preach like the same practices in different ways. So what I want to do is just break down why everybody's telling you to add more protein into your diet and how it can help you achieve your goals of either losing weight or building lean muscle mass. So to start off, let's understand the body and what protein can do for it. So there's two states, right? There's an anabolic state, and we call this a muscle building state. This is where your body can actually utilize carbs for energy and it's building lean muscle mass. And then there's a catabolic state, called a fat storing state. And in this state, your body's actually breaking down lean muscle mass for energy and storing fat for the future. So how do we get into these, and why is it important to be in one or the other? Let's start, we'll use an example. We'll use soccer mom Susie, right? She's looking to lose weight, she's eating really healthy, she's focusing on her diet. So we're gonna just go through her day and then break down how she falls in the anabolic and catabolic state based off what she's eating. So for simplicity's sake, she wakes up 7 a.m., right? She automatically starts in this catabolic state. You do, I do, we all do. We just woke up, we were sleeping for anywhere from 6 to 8 hours on average, right? So 7 a.m., she's got 2 kids, she's got to run around, and she's got to get them ready for school, and soccer mom Susie skips breakfast, and she's kind of riding along in the catabolic state. She gets the kids dropped off for school, she gets home, she gets some work done, and it's 10 o'clock, right, 10 a.m., and she's like, oh, I'm hungry. And so what she decides to do is, part of my handwriting, she'll get some grapes and some apples and maybe some water, right? Grapes, apples, water, she's eating really healthy. She's doing really well, and she's still in this catabolic state though, because there's no protein in this. She's just consumed carbs, she's consumed fruits, and water. Although a healthy option still has her in this fat storing state even though she just ate, right? So she keeps trekking along her day. Let's say she gets we'll call it 1 o'clock, right? And at 1 o'clock, soccer mom Susie meets her friends. I don't know, she's going to a cafe, she's going to Panera, whatever. She meets her friends there and she has a grilled chicken salad, right? Good option. She's got protein from the chicken, probably anywhere from like 20 to 30 grams of protein in there. And so when she eats that at 1 with her friends, soccer mom Susie goes into this anabolic state, right? Which is good. She's now building some lean muscle mass from the food she ate. Doesn't matter if she worked out or not, she's still gonna build that muscle because that's what the body's designed to do. So soccer mom Susie is coming back down from that anabolic window though, because she's not continuously eating protein, and because she got anywhere from like 20 to 30 grams, she used about 10 of those grams to get her into the anabolic state, and then she's using the other 20 over 2 hours to stay in that state, right? So let's say get to about 3 o'clock, and at 3 o'clock, soccer mom Susie has about 40 minutes before she has to go pick up the kids from school, and so she's gonna get a quick workout in. And because workout causes more stress on the body and requires us to use more energy, she dives deeper into a catabolic state much quicker, right? Okay, so she's here, and then she's teetering down, and say she picks up the kids, she gets home, it's 4:30, she's hungry from her workout, like she should be, her body's craving nutrients. So here's what happens, soccer mom Susie decides she's gonna continue to eat healthy, and here she's gonna have just a little bit of yogurt and some fruit again. Maybe she goes with peaches this time. Again, she's on a healthy kick, she wants to lose weight, she wants to look good, so she's making good food choices, and she is. But again, that yogurt doesn't have a ton of protein, and since her body is in this catabolic state from the workout, it's craving a ton of nutrients because, like I said, you just put the body under stress. You just use a lot of nutrients, so it's craving it. It needs to rebuild, it needs to recover, and that's what it's looking to do. So she gives it a little bit of yogurt, she gives it some peaches, and she climbs into this anabolic window for a short bit, right? And all of a sudden, she starts coming back down, and she lines off, staying in the catabolic state. Let's call it like 6:30 or 7, right? And if you're wondering why she's falling out of the anabolic window so quick is, one, yogurt's not a great source of protein, especially if she's not eating a Greek yogurt. And two, her body's going to use those calories very quickly to help rebuild or restore. So protein post-workout is immensely important, and we can get into that later. But that's why she fell out of that window really quick. But it's 6:30, she's hungry again, and like most Americans, she's eating dinner. And again, she's on this healthy kick. She is looking to lose weight, so she has just, let's say, a perfect dinner, right? A full balanced dinner. She goes like 6 ounces of salmon, a fistful of broccoli, a fistful of rice, right? Which is a great option. She climbs back into that anabolic window, and she comes back down, right? And that salmon's gonna have about 30 grams of protein, so she's gonna be anabolic for about 3 hours, which puts it right around 9:30. And this is when Soccer Mom Susie decides to go to bed. And she knows that, well, she thinks she knows that eating late at night's bad for her. So she doesn't eat anything, and boom, she's back into this catabolic window, loops back around, and here we are, 7 a.m. the next day, catabolic, and you can see what's going on. So if you look at it, for a short portion of her day, she's building lean muscle mass, right? Let's call it 6 hours. 6 hours out of her 18-hour day, she's building lean muscle mass. In all these hours though, down here, she's eating lean muscle mass. So whatever she worked to build is gone, and she's also been storing fat the whole time. So she's like spinning her wheels in the mud. She's confused. She doesn't know why she's not losing weight. She's making these healthy options, but she's missing a few things, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over Soccer Mom Susie's day again, assuming she knows what anabolic and catabolic means, and she knows the importance of protein. So we'll start right here, 7 a.m. She's up, she's still just as busy, she's got 2 kids, she's got to get them around for school, but she, I don't want to use the word values herself a little bit more, but also understands the importance of her nourishment. So she is busy, she needs something super quick, so maybe let's use for this purpose, she just grabs an apple and a protein shake. But instead of starting her day off catabolic, Soccer Mom Susie drives herself right into the anabolic window. Good for her. Comes back down, 10 o'clock rolls around, and Soccer Mom Susie still gonna eat grapes. She's, this time instead of an apple, we're gonna use a banana for this sake. And actually, she's gonna continue her fruit. She's gonna make a fruit smoothie with some protein powder in there, all right? And she's gonna use a little bit of Greek yogurt as well for a thickening agent, and a little bit more protein. So Soccer Mom Susie is crushing it, she's killing it. She gets some more protein in her, and she comes back up into that anabolic window, again, doing phenomenal. And comes back down, it's 1 o'clock, she's meeting her friends. Again, Panera Bread, we'll use that for simplicity's sake. She's back at Panera Bread, she's ordering the same thing, she's doing a grilled chicken salad. Again, Soccer Mom Susie is on her game. She's eating protein at every single meal. And she climbs back up into this anabolic window, and she comes back down. Same scenario though. She got 45 minutes before she has to go pick up her kids from school. She's going to sneak in a quick workout. And Soccer Mom Susie, if she was doing this right, would eat protein before her workout because it's super important. But let's say she forgets this time, right? So she follows that same path. She goes back into that catabolic state, comes over here, but what she decides to do post-workout is actually take a protein shake with the fast-acting carbs. So like Soccer Mom Susie, no sign, she does really well here, and she nourishes her body immediately post-workout and gives it everything it needs, a heavy amount of protein, a good glycemic carb, and her body's rebuilding and restoring like it should be, so she can last all the way to dinner time. Eat that same dinner. She's eating 6 ounces of salmon, She's eating a fistful of broccoli and a fistful of rice. She's back in that anabolic window, and boom, soccer mom Susie goes to bed. Now let's look at the difference in their day. It's not entirely different, but this soccer mom Susie is much more educated, right? So she's building muscle here. She's building muscle here, still building muscle. Loses it a little bit because of her workout, but she knows the importance of post-workout recovery and jumps back into that anabolic window, eats a great dinner, back in that anabolic window right before she goes catabolic, and boom. Now let's look at the difference in their days. Aside from eating a little bit more calories, which you can see actually benefited her, soccer mom Susie decided to have protein at every single meal, and it kept her in this muscle building state. Now, just based off what you saw and understanding what anabolic and catabolic is, which soccer mom Susie is going to have better success at losing the weight, right? I think it's pretty obvious. The top one. So, and that's the importance of protein in your diet, and that's why, like, if you are busy and you are on the go, breakfast, usually like one of those skip meals that's typically not whole foods, supplement with it if you need to, right? A quick snack in between could be like beef jerky. I mean, if you got to go with another protein shake, go with it. Maybe you can do a meal replacement bar. Lunch is typically whole foods for everyone. Everybody's pretty good at that. So you're eating a whole food meal there. Understand if you are going to work out, you do need to recover properly, which is protein and carbs post-workout makes total sense. I'll do another video on that later. Let's stick to the point, but she has more protein here. Comes to a whole food meal like dinner again, has protein. And again, she's building muscle all day. She's in that anabolic state where she's building lean muscle mass, right, and utilizing carbs for energy. So her body's like, okay, soccer mom Susie feeds me consistently, gives me the things I need. So I'm going to build lean muscle mass, which is the most metabolic tissue in the body, which is basically what it comes down to. It's the only thing that constantly consumes calories. So she's always burning calories, even though she's always consuming them too, right? So she gets to enjoy food and lose weight at the same time. It's a win-win. And then you go to the other soccer mom, Susie, who is eating well. She didn't make bad food choices. In fact, like if you looked at her day on paper, you're like, wow, this chick's doing really good. She's super healthy, and you're not wrong, but you're also not right. She's not setting herself up to hit her goals like she should. You know, so that's again the difference in eating protein. This soccer mom, busy like all of us, probably skips breakfast, right? Like a good majority of people. And even if she does snack, she forgets the protein. So she has her first whole food meal at like noon, 1 o'clock. She's been in this catabolic state for now like what, let's call like 12, 13 hours because she was asleep. Works out, drives back into that catabolic state, takes some whole foods, which aren't a bad thing. I'm always a fan of whole foods, but when it comes to post-workout, supplements are king. That's a one-time Whole Foods loses to supplements. She has some food, falls back in that catabolic window, eats, stays in it for another 3 hours, doesn't take protein before bed, and boom, in this catabolic state for another, I'm not great at math, like 10 hours, I don't know. Either way, you get the point. You have to have protein in your diet, which is why now all these gurus are telling you to eat protein, simply because it's the difference of being in an anabolic state or a catabolic state. Guys, I hope this makes sense. I hope this answers some questions. And also, I hope this makes some of you people who are looking to lose weight or even to build lean muscle mass feel a little bit better, because you're probably only like 1 or 2 adjustments away from being at your goal, right? And it's typically just eating enough. A lot of people think if I want to lose weight, I need to eat less, and that's not necessarily true. You need to eat more of the right things though. And if you're looking to build lean muscle mass, protein's king. And don't forget, carbs can be your friend, especially if you're a little skinnier. Your body's probably really efficient at utilizing carbs for energy. So again, guys, I appreciate your time. Feel free to drop any comments below. Let me know what you want me to cover. Even give me some feedback on how we can improve, and I hope you have a great day.